Hello there guys, and of course welcome back into yet another one with us, the Review Bros. My name's Aaron, and of course as always it's really good to have you watching along for yet again, yes, surprise surprise, another pre-workout review. And this one comes from the guys at GCode Nutrition. It's the first time reviewing one of their products, and we're jumping in straight in the deep end with one of their high stimulant pre-workouts, which is called Vice XXX. And what can this do for you watching at home? Will it be your next purchase? We're jumping in again with a nasty leg day to really put it up to the test. Can it see us through? We both used it several times to give you the most clear, concise and honest review of this product. Will it be the next one for you? Let's find that out today as we go through the usual taste, price, label and of course effects in the real world. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below. Appreciate it, appreciate you watching. Let's go. Okay, so first segment, probably the least important, but we crack on through it anyway. Taste and mixability. And this actually comes in two different flavours that I can see on the official website. It comes in the one we've got today, which is Sour Power Watermelon, and it also comes in Baja Blaze. Now, as Sword's Law would have it, if I had the choice between the two, I probably would have went for the Baja Blaze because I'm not a huge watermelon fan. But of course, what I do in these reviews is I keep an open mind. Taste is subjective. I should be able to determine whether it's a good tasting watermelon product or not, and that's what my score will come down to. Now, it's a big old scoop, 17.7 grams. We've weighed it out, guys. Actually just under that flat scoop gets you that dosage. In she goes. I smell watermelon in the air. Now, watermelons can either taste like a watermelon candy or they can taste like an actual real natural watermelon. I probably would rather the candy version, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's give it a shake. Boom. Mixability. There's some on the bottom. Nothing crazy considering the size of the scoop. I'll show you guys. Hopefully it focuses in on that. You know, the risk is there, but I would say that's all right. I'd say that's okay. Again, one of those pre-workouts, you get to the bottom, you go like that and neck that bit back and you're good to get on down the gym. Anyway, how does it actually taste? Let's go. Going down the hatch right now. Quite nice. It is quite nice for a watermelon product, I must say. Really reminds me of the toxic waste watermelon candy sweets that were ultra sour. That being said, this is not that sour, but it's that same candy taste, which I actually quite like. You know, for a watermelon product, it's good. It's sweet. It's not too sweet. It says it's sour. I don't really think it's that sour. Some people might. It's a bit chalky. I mean, honestly, all things considered, for a watermelon product, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really don't think you'd complain. If you don't like watermelon, just go for the Baja Blast like I would have done given that choice. Now let's move into the price. How much is this going to set you guys back? Into the price of the product. What can you pick this up for? And I've got to just jump in. This is a good segment for the guys at GCode Nutrition. Our discount code RB15 works on all the products over there, including, of course, the very one in my hand right now. And it does in turn mean, right, you can get your hands on this product for $42.76. And the real shining star in this segment is the amount of servings you get. You get a genuine 30 servings from this container, which I've got to say, in this very day and age, is of a dying breed. Most are only 20 servings now for similar price points. So when you do the math on that, guys, you can get your hands on this for just $1.42 per go. For a big old 17.7 gram scoop, it's just getting me excited right away. UK, guys, unfortunately not easy to get our hands on, right? But if you was able to, in a pure translation across per serving, it would be just £1.11. And I can tell you, on our consistent pricing scale, where an average priced pre-workout per serving is that 5 out of 10, this one comes in very nicely at a 7.5 out of 10. And I can tell you, it missed the 8 out of 10 by 1 penny. 1 penny. But that is considerably cheaper than your average pre-workout out there. The reason I'm excited is you're getting a big scoop. Let's move into the label and the effects before I get myself too excited on camera. But it just feels good right away. Right? Let's move into the label. So we're into the label, guys. What is that money going to purchase you in the real world? So we start off at the top. As mentioned, guys, you get 17.7 grams in each scoop, and the Baja Blast flavour might be a very small difference, but the actives are going to be the same. 30 servings per container, really good to see. At the top, we've got, you know, vitamins, electrolytes, general bodily function, all right? The only thing you might feel is the niacin, flushing from the niacin from that vitamin B3. Now, that's going to give you that, a tingly red sensation to the skin, and for us at least, a slight sense of urgency from like a placebo type feel, all right? Let's get into the real meat of this label. L-citrulline, pure 6 grams. Good dosage, guys. Nitric oxide precursor. Going to ramp up the blood flow. Going to ramp up the pumps in the gym. We like to see it. Beta-alanine at the clinical 3.2 grams for the itchy tingle feeling as the pre kicks in. And of course, once you build it up in the system, it's going to help with endurance in the gym. We've got taurine at a good dose of 1 gram. That's the amino acid response for hydration, athletic performance, and even some sort of natural energy production within the body. We've got red beetroot powder, and you can actually definitely taste this in the taste segment, that slight beetroot back. 500 milligrams, again, more blood flow. It's high in nitrates, which will turn into an instantaneous form of nitric oxide, thus giving you that widened blood vessels entrance into the muscle cell, thus of course helping with nutrient delivery and ultimately the pump and performance. We get next pink Himalayan sea salt at 200 milligrams for muscular contractions. You need salt in order to get those contractions, thus leading also to a bit more of a pump, a sodium pump. Like to see it. We've got estrogen up next, which is in there really for the absorption of these ingredients. You normally see that at the end of the label. They've chucked it in this segment. Some of these segments, guys, and you'll notice this with all pre-workouts, they have crossovers. Some ingredients actually we would sometimes move into other elements. They perhaps could have at the very bottom had a digestive aid segment to get this into the system, but we digress a little there. Next up, we've got the Hyper Focus High Stim Matrix, consisting of 2.28 grams of material. L-tyrosine up next at 1 gram. Now that's in there for the amino acid, of course, responsible for cognition, clarity and focus benefits, and some mood elevation. Caffeine anhydrous at a good dose, 376 milligrams to be very precise. Random number, but it's a high number, guys. It would put it into the higher stim category, of course, energy and stimulation. Alpha GPC up next, 50%, 250 milligrams, which is actually slightly lower than we would like to see. We normally see 300. Of course, we've seen 600. We've even seen 1,000, right? That's how much we can up that ingredient. It's in there for choline type, like the L-tyrosine. It's going to wake up the brain, get cognition and clarity, and getting you in the zone in the gym. Up next, guarana seed, some more caffeine here. 22% more caffeine from that ingredient, that is 200 milligrams, and that's good. It's a natural source of caffeine. It's going to give you more energy and a more stable feel to that energy as well. We like to see it. Got yerba mate up next, 200 milligrams, and that's, we often refer that as kind of like your himbine, in the fact that it gives you that thermogenic, fat burning type of feel, and of course more stimulation on top. L-theanine, 200 milligrams. It gives you a blanket to these stimulants. You won't just shoot up to the moon. It will try and keep you consistent, slightly calm, anxiety release, you know, trying to get you calmer a bit. Some people love it, some people hate it, because it can sometimes dampen those stims too much. You kind of want the stims to get you flying, and that kind of cushions it out. The benefit to it is it helps with nootropic focus benefit, and it also helps with no crash. Some of the jitters, if you send up to the moon, you'll come crashing back down, whereas this, it keeps you floating in orbit nicely. And wrapping off the label is bitter orange extract, citrus aurantium, 50 milligrams, a bit like the yerba mate in terms of fat burning, thermogenesis, releasing those fat cells for forms of energy in training. So all in all, a solid label. Definitely primarily energy and focus orientated. The pumps are still there, you would argue, albeit on the lower end. For those eagle-eyed viewers, no illicits. How's it going to do? Let's move into the effects. We move into the effects of this stuff in the real world. What can it do for all of you watching? We start at the beginning. Beta-alanine. If it's in your product, it's going to really be the first thing you feel 99% of the time, right? Unless you've got some seriously hard-hitting stims or illicits in there. And that comes in on this product nice. You actually feel it really quite strong. The beta tingle, the itchy, the sense of urgency is definitely apparent with this product. And actually the energy wave comes in quite quick as well with it. You do have a lot in there for energy, right? And it does work really nicely. The energy is, I wouldn't even say smooth. I would say it does ramp up quite quickly. And it stays at a nice level for a long period of time. Definitely long enough beyond your training session. Actually coming out of the gym in terms of an energy prospect, you still feel energized, you still feel productive, you still feel mood elevated, you still feel motivated to get stuff done. In terms of your training, it gets you from A to B to C to D. This really does tick boxes from an energy standpoint. What I would say is, it is bridging the gap between daily driver and stim junkie. I couldn't quite put it into the stim junkie category, simply because, guys, there are those, of course, with illicits and even more caffeine and other bits and pieces than this one. This one is one I would personally use 3 times a week, maybe 4 at a push. I wouldn't use it on a daily basis because it's on the upper end, guys, of that. It's a very strong daily or a mild stim junkie pre-workout from an energy standpoint. The focus is there with that energy. You are, like I said, A to B, C, D, working through the alphabet on any body part day. It holds up even on the bigger body parts like legs, back, the nasty 2-hour sessions where you're crushing heavy weights. Athletic performance is there, blood flow is there, muscular contractions are there, endurance is there, performance is there. It is a very, very well-rounded pre-workout, and you just feel it working with you all the time. I like it a lot. I just don't know if I'd call it an extreme pre-workout. It's very close though. It is close to extreme. Of course, the darkness of the world out there has thrown to us some seriously overpowered pre-workouts, and it kind of edges out those that would be considered extreme. This, for the mainstream person in the gym, would be too strong. For a beginner, it would be too strong. For an intermediate user or advanced user, it would be perfect. Maybe, yeah, it would be, it would do the job. It's just that extreme stim junkie that it wouldn't do the job, obviously. We just have to say it how it is. Pumps, good. Probably better than good. Are they excellent pumps? No. Are they great pumps? No. What's the word between good and great? It's there. It's in between those. It's
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
pretty darn good. I don't know what the word is. The pumps are solid. They're not ridiculous, but they're definitely good enough, right? They're definitely good enough. I like this pre. I like it. For me, it's, considering all the pre's I've used, it would be one I'd use again in the future. It's just, it's that good level where you know you've taken a pre-workout, but it's not ridiculous. It's a controllable product that is pushing on the bubbles, guys, at the top, right? It does do the trick. It does what it says on the tin. High stim, I'd consider it still high stim, just not extremely ridiculous stim. Max pumps were solid. Raise the focus was really good too. It's a very good, well-rounded, upper echelon pre-workout in its realm of the bridge between the daily and the stim junkie. It's there. It's there. I do enjoy it. I really do. There's no negatives, no nausea, no sickness, no jitters, no weakness, no mood depression, no anxiety, no crash. It's just very good. Like, I still feel motivated now giving you the guys this review. And a lot of pre-workouts out there don't do that. We're kind of at the stage of getting to this after, because we always get these reviews done after training. It's very, 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 very rare that we sit back, because we'll end up forgetting the effects. But this one, I still feel good. I still want to go chuck a wash on. I want to hang it out on the line. I want to clean my room. I want to crack on with some emails and work. I want to do this review. Like, for me nowadays, considering I don't really, I like high stim products, but this is more for me nowadays. For me, it's around perfect for me now. Truth be told. Trying to think of some others it reminds me of. Maybe I'll chuck some in text if I can think of any. But yeah, it's a solid one. Well worth checking out. Not much more can be said. If you've used it or any of their products, do let us know down in the comments below. I'm sure they'd appreciate that. And of course, I'm sure any other viewer coming along would appreciate your experience too, because it gives them that full picture. It's not just my review, Craig's review. It's the full shebang. Anyway, appreciate you watching this one. Do give it a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe, all the rest of it. We do appreciate it. And as always, stay stimmed, vice style.